lovely people, welcome back to the lovely place. I wanted to let you know that the Keen Ranger PT cameras have arrived, and I'm going to tell you all about them. We're going to get them all hooked up, set up. We're going to get them in some trees so we can see wildlife and we can hopefully never see trespassers. But we've already got, as you know, the Reolink Go PT cameras all around the property. I needed a few more, so we got some. And these are a new model from Reolink. So let me tell you a little bit about them. First of all, they are camo, and I love that. It says that they have a full 360-degree viewing angle. I think that's no different from the Reolink Go PTs, because you can, from your mobile device with the app, you can move it and you can look all the way around. It does go all the way to the back and it stops, and then you can come all the way again to the back and it stops. That's the tree anyway, so you're not going to see there. I'm curious if these keep spinning in a full circle. We'll find out. I doubt that they do. So they're 4G. They work on cellular service, as I've mentioned in the past. We have no Wi-Fi up here. So what you do is you go to, at least in my area, and it probably works in most places, we go to T-Mobile and I purchase SIM cards. There is currently a $35 setup fee per SIM card. And then there's a monthly fee per SIM card, which is per camera. And it's $5 a month if you put it on an auto draft payment. If you don't, it's double that. It's $10 a month per camera. So it's certainly worth putting it on an auto draft, especially when you got as many cameras as we've got. But the peace of mind that it gives you, and the fact that if you're not always at your homestead or your land or your hunting place, wherever you're trying to watch, you can be there at any time and all the time. And if anything comes close to walking by, if it even is behind it and it's prancing around in the leaves, it's going to alert you, because it will hear the sound and it'll give you that motion as well. And it will let you know that something is around and you need to be watching. So this has a 2K live view. And again, it's the Keen Ranger PT. So let's get them open. And before I do, I'm going to show you where I originally at home took these, opened them up so that I could get the batteries charged for you, so that when they come here, oh, this is the best part, these are also on solar power, so you never have to charge the batteries after doing it the first time. So I charged them at home. We'll watch that now. So this is how the Reolink Keen Ranger cameras came. I ordered 3 of them this time, and they came neatly wrapped in this Reolink plastic wrap so they would stay dry. So let's get them open and get the batteries charging so that we can get them installed. Keen Ranger PT. Ooh, the antenna. Slick. I like this camo. That's pretty awesome. Let's just get to the charger so that I can plug it in and get this thing charging. Here we go. All right. I'll show you the rest of it later. Let's just get it charging. I'll do the same thing for the other 2 boxes. All right, so as you can see, they were charged, but like I was saying, they are solar powered, so they come with a solar panel. Let's show you this. So we're going to open these up again and pull them out, actually get things going. It comes with a nice little manual that tells you what to do and how to do it, but you're going to learn that right here on video, so we're not going to worry about it. It's got the antenna. The first time I hooked up one of my Reolink cameras, I forgot to hook this up, and I'm like, this thing doesn't work. These are vital to make that work. This is the actual device that holds the camera. It screws onto the bottom of this. You mount it onto the tree using these holes here. Just screw it onto the tree, and then you screw the camera up on there, and that's what will hold the camera on. This one is interesting. It's got, the other ones don't have this little slide button, and when you slide that button, I don't know if you can see it, but it does that, and I'm not really sure what that's doing, so we'll figure that out together when we mount it. Oh, check this out. This is neat. It comes with a little cami strap that you can strap it around the tree as well. Not a very long one for a big tree. And let's see if the solar panel, yes, it is also camouflage. And so you can mount this at a distance if you don't have sun coming in right where your camera's at. This has this big long roll of wire that you can mount this way higher, or maybe even in a neighboring tree, and then run that cord over to the camera. That's awesome. Now this is the actual mount for the solar panel. So this connects into right here, and it gives you all kinds of tilting angles and capability. We have another strap, and this is new. This is new for the Keen PT. No clue what it is yet. We're gonna find that out together. And some screws. And that's it. So it comes with this quick start guide that's gonna show you all the parts that you have. We'll find out exactly what this piece is for. It says it's a mounting hole template. Nope. I'm thinking this is the mounting wall template right here. So it comes with these little templates. We're not gonna need those or use those. It also has an operational instructions booklet, and I believe since I've used the Reolink Go PTs, it's probably going to be very similar, but we're going to show you all this as we connect it, put it together. So I just noticed, and you're probably wondering, where's the camera? Why wasn't it in the box? Well, they're sold separately. Not really, just kidding. As you know, I pull these out to charge them. I put them in a separate box. So here's the camera. First thing we're going to do to it is we're going to put the SIM card in it. To find the spot where the SIM card goes, you just rotate this back freely, pop open this little rubber seal, and this is where we're going to insert the SIM card. The SIM card slot is on the top, SD card on the bottom. And when you put the SIM card in, and by the way, this is what it looks like when you purchase a SIM card from T-Mobile. It actually comes, there's the little micro, or the SIM card itself, and it comes on this little card here. You just pop that out, and when you do, you insert it so that the little gold section is facing down on the SIM card. And so, and as you know, the SIM card section is at the top, so let's put it facing down and just click it in. Next, you install your SD card, and the SD card, you have the gold contacts facing up. So this is a micro SD card, and it goes in the slot right below the SIM. Wait a minute, is there one in there? Look at that, it does come with an SD card, and let's see how big this card is. It comes with a 32 gigabyte, so we're in business. You don't need to purchase any SD cards like I did, thinking that it didn't come with it. But now that I'm remembering back, I do recall that my Reolink Go PTs came with it. So we have the SIM card in, and of course the original SD is in there. Excellent. Okay, so what we need to do next is get the power turned on. And when we do that, we're going to see a series of lights. And here's the power button back here. It's underneath this little rubber flap. And when the lights appear, it should have a little sound that will tell us something. Okay, slid that over. Here's our light. So a red light should come on, and then later a blue light. And I thought, as that was about to happen, I should put the antenna on in case it did not find the network, because the antenna will help it find that network. So I'm going to go ahead and install that. But you heard it. this one's all set. Now we've got to get it set up to our app. So the next step would be to set up the camera with your phone. And so if you don't already have the app on your phone, the first thing you'll do in the quick guide is take a snapshot of this QR code. It'll open up the app in your app store and you can download it. Then you can turn the power on the camera, and you'll be able to get the app connection. But since we already have the app installed, because I've been using it for the others, we're just simply going to launch this one on the app. So if you have a Reolink app already set up, you'll see all your cameras in a line here, and you can just scroll through to see them all. But to start a new one, you just touch the plus sign, and then it's going to give you this little place where you can scan the QR code that's actually on your camera. Connecting your device. It's in the process of connecting it. It's found it. And it's wanting me to create a device password. So let's do that. Okay, awesome. We got that done. Now it wants me to name my device. It's asking if it's indoor or outdoor. Select the scene. So we're going to say outdoor and next. The next screen's just giving me some information, so I'm clicking next. And now it says initialization finished. Done. All right, now it's showing the camera. It's finding it, and there is the scene. Can you see me? Hello. Hello, am I in there? I am in there. All right, so if this was hanging from a tree right now, I would be considered a trespasser. Or maybe a possum. I don't know. So that's really all there is to it. The next thing I'm gonna do is mount this up on a tree. But yeah, you've got the quick start guide. Everything I just did is actually all I'm going to do. I'm going to do it 2 more times for these other 2 cameras. So it's getting a little dusk, but the next thing you're going to see me do is put these up on trees in a brighter light. Hey, lovely people, good morning. We are back, and I was right. It is a brighter day. Check it out. Now, the clouds have come and gone. It just came out again. You can see some pretty clouds over that way. But yeah, the sun's hitting the field, the trees, and we're going to have a good day to hang these Keen Ranger PT cameras. And let's get this thing going. What we're going to do right now is we're going to scout out the area. As you know, we've got cameras in many parts of the land. We're going to try to find the 3 most important places that we want to install these 3 new Keen Ranger cameras. So let's get on the little red Polaris, and let's go find a spot to hang these things. So one of the first places I think that we have decided we're going to put it is in that tree right there, which will get constant focus on this driveway, which of course we see a lot of deer crossing here all the time, and it'll also add another layer of protection in this section of the driveway that is currently not here. We of course have stuff at the beginning through up that direction, and then we have cameras down on the other end as well. But yeah, now we're going to have something in the middle. So this will be one spot that we're going to come back to and install this thing. Let's go find 2 more. So another spot we're thinking of is down at the base of this hill, which borders some other land, and there's a ton of deer activity on inside our border in this area, and a lot of other wildlife. And so it's hard when you've got so much land that you want to cover, which I feel very blessed that we do, but you want to be able to see where everything's happening and be able to see everything that's going on at any point in time. That's what I love about these Reolink, either the Go PTs or the Ranger, or the Keen Ranger, is, I'm not sure if I said this earlier, but at any moment that I want to, no matter where I'm at, I could be 1,000 miles away, I can open up the app and I can just watch live everything at every camera. I can rotate that camera, I can tilt it and pan it around. I can zoom in digitally so I can see something that's further away. It doesn't record it zoomed in, but you can just spread it out on the app on your phone with your fingers and it'll zoom into it. What I do love about these Keen Ranger PTs is that They also have a at night, the night vision part, it has absolutely no glow, so it's not going to alert people or animals that it's recording them. It's one of those new technologies that they've developed, or I don't know if they developed it, but they've included now in this camera that was not part of the original Reolink Go PT. So that's going to be nice, and we're looking forward to seeing how that turns out. We'll put some footage out just as soon as we get some and show you guys what this looks like. But yeah, let's go scout out another spot and see where we want to put this next camera. So from up here, we've got a nice shot of what's going on down at the bottom of the hill. Down this way is the creek. So if we get down here far enough, we may have a really good position to see a whole lot of activity. A lot of deer trampling through here. You can see also there's a lot of water runoff that happens right here as well. I like that tree. That's a good one for this, or that one over there. Get a lot of sun, it looks like, at least in the fall or in the winter time. You got the sun shining in here to charge the solar panel. That's something I've got to think about, you know, as we place these. We want these solar panels to be able to get sun. And if we're deep in the woods, like toward the back of the property, that might be a little bit more of a challenge. But yeah, I'm gonna look around. I'm gonna let you know what we figure out. I don't know if you can see it way down there, but the creek's up pretty high. We've had a lot of rain in the last little while. We went for months. If you've watched some of our previous videos, we went from July all the way to November with a completely dry creek. We had such a drought here in Tennessee, and it's been like that all over the country pretty much. But after just about 2 weeks of a lot of continuous rain, we're now in flood stages in certain areas. As we were driving here, some of the low-lying areas we noticed was flooded. So yeah, the creek is overflowing at this point in time. The creek here behind me has receded quite a bit in the last couple days, but you can see it's running pretty good. And over here, you can tell how it was up so high that it's got, you know, all these leaves are wet. A bunch of soggy cornflakes in your cereal bowls, what it looks like. But yeah, it's going down pretty good now. We needed all this rain. It just would have been nice had it been spread out over a little bit of time instead of all at once. Peaceful. So I think I've landed on a tree over on this side. We're gonna go on this tree. We got a lot of sun coming in from the south. That's kind of southeast that direction. There's south and west. And then down this way we have the creek. Can't really see it for all the underbrush. And over here we have our border. So we'll see if anybody's coming in as well. And then of course we have the hill. And we'll be able to pan and see pretty much every bit of this. So we're on our way to another location just to try to find that third sweet spot that we want for the camera. I'd really like this one to focus on the deer. I'd like to potentially set the feeder up near this camera, and so we're going to be scouting for a little while trying to figure it out. We got so many other cameras around that just finding the spot that we want, that we don't already have covered, that's the best spot, that's the challenge, but we'll figure it out. So back here, we're toward the rear of the property. That's the south, that direction, and it goes uphill to a field, about a 105-acre farm. And back behind me is the creek, and it goes all the way that direction, and it goes all the way through the front of the property. Got some nice sun down here. This is low ground. It does a lot of flooding. There's a lot of runoff that comes down here, and when the creek gets high, it overflows and it comes back down over here into these lower spots. But we've seen all sorts of tracks, a lot of deer activity down here. They've got it made. This is a good private area for them to come hang out in and bed down. So you know, there's so many areas I'd love to have a camera. I can't keep buying cameras. It's not possible. So I'm going to settle with the number I've got now. We're going to get these 3 up. And I was talking to Mrs. Lovely, and she said, you know, you can always move these cameras. If you don't get the activity you want where you put them, you can grab your ladder, move them somewhere else. And so that makes this a little bit easier to just go ahead and put it up. All right, let's put everything in the box here so we can get this on the tree. We're not going to need these because I'm going to use these deck screws here. And there we go. Here's one camera. And everything that we need to mount it with, we will stick in there. Solar panel mount. We'll get these straps and take them with us just in case we decide we need them. Not sure if we're going to use them or not. I didn't use any straps with my Go PTs. Now, I do still need to read up on this and see what that's for, so I'm going to do that right now. All right, so after looking at the manual here, the quick start guide, and the operational instructions, which is really only about hooking up the solar panel, I see nothing at all that talks about this little metal piece. So I'm not going to use it. If anybody figures out what this is about, please comment below. I'd love to see what you guys learn about this, but I can't see anything in the instruction manual. However, I do see something that looks to me to be different than the Go PTs that we've got on the trees now, the Reolinks, and that is this little switch, this little piece, this button here that you push that direction to open. It says open right here, and what that does is it allows you to turn that and drop that out, and when you do, you can go ahead before you mount that on the tree and screw this in to your camera, and that way you don't have to screw the camera on this mount while you're standing up there. You'll just be able to simply find the spot that this needs to go in. Let's see if we can go ahead and pretend this is on the tree, and then we pull this back, and I think at that point it's locked into place. If you pull it back again and do that, you can take it off. If you put it on this way and turn it that way and let go, it's hanging. So that will be handy because in many cases I've got the solar panel hooked up. I remember the wire, having to move it. So anyway, this is a good little update. I don't think that they did before, so that'll be nice. So we're going to go ahead and keep that on there and get to our easy tree up the driveway and get this one mounted first. So let's get started. All right, let's get this one hung. This is the view we're going to have, and the other direction too. So let's find us a spot. I'll be able to see that direction. I'll be able to see that direction, and anywhere in between. The question is, am I more interested in seeing more over that way than back behind me? I think the answer is somewhere in between. So yeah, I'm gonna go right here, which means I want to move my ladder a little bit. We won't go too tight till we get the other one in, and then we'll snug them up a little bit.
All right, all we need to do now is line up this bracket, these little notches, there's 4 of them, with the notches on the bracket, and then I'll slide the button back, and hopefully, yep, it's on, it's tight, and we are locked in. It's good to go. Now what we'll do is go ahead and hook up the solar panel. Before I do that, I'm gonna grab my phone because the camera is turned on. This is a good view. There's the ladder. We're going to come back around toward me, down the driveway. There I am. Okay, let's go back a little bit more this way, and let's drop it down just a little bit. We just want to get not that far. It's sensitive. There you go. And you can do this from wherever you are. Nice. Okay, let's get that solar panel up there. So this unscrews this way, allows you to turn this, and this allows you to rotate it that way. So you've got a lot of capability with this thing, but we'll go ahead and tighten that, see that this is up, and we'll get this on the tree right around this area here. I'm going to put this so that I can reach all 3 screw holes easily from up here. All right, let's start with this one. Okay, grab another. And one more. I needed some green screws, didn't I? All right, that's sturdy. Now, this is what I remember having to screw on and rotating the cord around as I go. It wasn't the camera. The camera, it was the antenna that got in the way as I was trying to screw it on previously, but not any longer since they've created that bracket that we showed you just a moment ago. All right, let's see if we can get this thing started. That'll just screw straight on that. No, it feels awful wobbly when I bring it this far. So I'm going to keep bringing the solar panel around. And now I can tighten it down. There we go. I think that's got a good angle for the sun. So let's unravel the cord and get it down here to the camera. Okay, so we have the cord up there from the panel. I'm going to begin kind of taking up the slack in the cord by wrapping it around the back of the bracket. I've got quite a bit of slack, so let's just wrap it a bunch. Well, they give you plenty of it in case you need to go a long distance. Now, let's take this last piece around and let's see where this connection's at. Oh, it's way over on the other side. So the connection's around back. I believe we got it. All right, we got her up there. So there's the camera and there is the solar panel. They blend in really nice. I like the camo. Okay, I've moved to the other side of the tree. We've got the little red Polaris right there, and we're going to see what this thing will see. So let's take a look at the phone. Okay, cool. So I've got the pan and tilt here so I can move it around. There's the back of the tree. See how far it goes. Okay, it goes all the way to the other side before it stops. Now let's come around this way. And of course you can also pan up or tilt up, tilt down. Let's go back up toward the middle. Let's go out toward the field. See what's going on out there. Through the woods and into the field. That is awesome. And let's go to the back of the tree and see how much. Okay, it gets us all the way back to the tree. Okay, let's go do 2 more. Solar panel. When you plug it into the solar panel, you get a green light right beside where you plug it in. So that'll let you know that you got the plug in good. I think we're all set. So, just wanted to point out something to you. Notice that there's no sun on the solar panel right now. That's because the sun's setting. So, I positioned it. If you can see, you see the sun over on the left side of the tree. I brought it around a little bit more toward the south, a little bit southwest, but that's going to get a lot more sun than it would be if it were in any other position out in these woods. It's going to be a little challenging. I may have to go up. The good thing is you see all that wire that I have that's extra. So I can go up just about as far as I would ever want to go up on this ladder. This is a big tree, so we've got a lot of ways to go. If we need to. Anyway, listen, I want to thank you today for joining us at the lovely place. I hope that these Keen Ranger PT cameras, if you're interested in them, I hope that my little info video about this will help you make a decision on whether or not you'd like this for yourself. But I love the Reolink Go PTs, and I think I'm going to like these even more just because they're camouflage, number one. And I like the fact that, like I said earlier, they don't glow at night, and animals or people will not know they're there. So, hey, come back next time. Join us here at the lovely place. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. That will help our channel a lot. And subscribe. We'd love to have you join us with this adventure as we help this land become the lovely place. Take care. Have a good one.